As we continue our exploration of Jesus' parables in the Gospel of Matthew, we find ourselves in the city of Jerusalem at the Temple Mount. Jesus was teaching near here in the temple when he was interrupted by chief priests and scribes who demanded to know by whose authority he was doing this. Jesus refused to answer, instead responding with a series of parables. In Matthew chapter 21, Jesus tells a story about a landowner who planted a vineyard, put a fence around it, dug a wine press in it, and built a watchtower. He then leased it out to tenants. When harvest time came, the landowner sent a group of slaves to collect his produce. The tenants beat one slave, killed another, and stoned another. The landowner then sent a second group of slaves who were treated in the same way. He then sent his son, thinking he would be respected, but he also was killed. Jesus turns to the religious leaders and asks, "When the landowner comes, what will happen?" They reply, "He will put those wretches to death and then lease out the vineyard to new tenants." Then Jesus turns the parable on them, saying, "Therefore the kingdom will be taken from you and given to people who produce the fruits of it." On one level, this parable is an allegory about God and God's people, Israel. God sent prophets again and again, only to have them rejected or killed. Finally, God sent the Son, but he too was killed. Jesus uses this parable to pointedly condemn the religious leadership for acting as if they own the vineyard and resorting to violent means to keep it. On another level, this parable is about us. What kind of tenants are we? Are we trying to take over God's vineyard or tend it? Are we producing fruit for God and the good of God's people, or are we keeping the fruit of our labors for ourselves? I invite you to come and ponder these questions as we seek to wrestle the good news from this unsettling parable. I hope to see you Sunday at 11.